You're listening to a Prairie Punk House Companion right here on the Prairie Punk Press Network. The views expressed by any host or any guest on the Prairie Punk House Companion are the personal views or opinions of the people who express them and do not reflect the views or opinions of anyone else on the show or any company, employer, or any other organization that the individual expressing them has or will affiliate with in the past, present, or future. Hi, everybody. You're listening to a Prairie Punk House Companion. We're now on episode 45, and we're just going to keep going with our 64 subscribers on YouTube. And
66.
It was 66 now?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. That's great
We
news.
need another 6 in there.
We do. I'm Neckbone.
Hi, I'm Jer Bear, and I'm here.
You
Today.
are.
Yep.
You are here, or it's just, I guess more
today.
accurately, you are there because we're not in the same location. So,
well, you're not here.
I'm not there. I'm here.
No, I'm here. You're
and
there.
Mm-hmm. Is that the Simpsons Smokey the Bear bit?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Who's on stage?
Who's on? I thought it was who's on first.
Well, there's also a who's on stage.
Oh, okay.
The
are
band.
we just doing?
Yes.
Are we just doing like Gen X bits now that only a few people are going to understand?
I think those are boomer bits, my guy.
No. Well, okay. The who's on first is definitely a boomer bit, but the Simpsons Smokey the Bear thing that's solidly Gen X.
Sure. Who's on stage is boomer too. I think who's on first is a silent generation.
Okay, that may be even older.
I mean, I think who's on stage is the same thing as who's on first, only it's like Woodstock or something to that effect. Like, who's on stage? Yes. No. Yes is later. Who's on stage? Yes.
Yeah.
The band that's on stage. The band is on stage. No. Who's on stage? You know.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
It's the same bit, but only with
that if you're referencing the Who and yes, the band
and the band
and the
also
band
the band.
Right. Then that's some boomer shit. That's absolutely some boomer shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's boomer shit.
Okay. All right. And then the who's on first is probably like, I mean,
silent generation.
I think we're creeping back in the 19th century there.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's silent generation or greatest generation, whichever one of that is.
Oh, that's even before a silent generation.
Okay. One of the two.
My parents are silent generation.
Yeah, so is my mom.
Yeah. And then boomers are, after them, and then us millennials, and then the whole mess of people after that. I lose track. I mean, it's all fucking meaningless anyway. It's just if you're a part of broad social trends during certain times, unlike the way boomers think of things, it doesn't mean that you are a better or worse person or lazier or less lazy depending on your generation. That's a bunch of fucking nonsense.
That means dick all.
Yeah. Though I am still mad at the millennials for killing the mayonnaise industry, apparently.
What?
Don't you remember
what happened to mayonnaise?
Do you remember all those
too
articles?
spicy?
It's too spicy. Do you remember all those articles that came out that were like, the millennials are killing the fill-in-the-blank industry?
Oh,
and just list some random industry that I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah, that was a Twitch.
Right. I saw it. I caught it. It was caught on camera. Speaking of millennials and Gen Xers, that's the biggest demographics that are trying to join the ICE Gestapo right now is good old Gen Xers like Dean Cain and and a lot of millennials who are just mad that they're not the target generation anymore for demographic usage, I guess.
I mean, the $50,000 signing bonus is awfully attractive. Listen, there's no excuse for joining ICE. No. I think that it's despicable. However, there are a lot of desperate people that need money, and $50,000 is I would imagine be hard for a lot of people to pass up.
For some of the most poor people in the country, that is life-changing money.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
shit. For anybody. I mean, for
right.
most people, I think it would be life-changing
Well,
money.
and that's why, the capitalist class likes to keep us poor,
Yeah.
is because they need constantly they need people to join Department of Homeland Security, join the military, especially in the on the enlisted side of the
Yeah.
military. They need bodies, basically,
Yep.
which
I
is
mean,
how
same
they
with
refer to people.
cops. I mean, it's
Yeah.
minimal training,
Yeah.
minimal education, and you
Minimal
can
standards.
be a class traitor, join the
Yeah.
police, and make,
Well,
$50,000 a year.
and a lot of the newer ICE agents, I don't know about local Smokies cops,
Hmm.
but a lot of the newer ICE agents um, are not passing their physical, um, like their physical test, like
Hmm.
able to meet physical standards, and the obstacle courses. We saw Dean Kane rolling through his. Um, I mean, I mean, look,
Listen, I know why he joined. He's been out of work for a long time.
he's
Those
he needed to be
those
relevant.
Daily Wire movies don't pay a whole lot.
They don't, and I think he's running out of dog saving Christmas movies.
Yeah.
So I think he's in 10 or 15 of them at this point. Which,
Uh, yeah.
don't get me
When do you
wrong,
think? Oh, go ahead.
somebody hands me a bag of money and asks me to be in one of those movies, I'd be in it in a fucking second. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Um, it's those dog save Christmas movies are fucking harmless fun,
Yeah.
and ridiculous and stupid and bad, but harmless fun. I think it'd
It's
be a
for the whole
ton of fun to
family.
be in one. It's for the whole fucking family. It could be a ton of fun to be in one of those shitty ass movies.
Yeah.
But Dean Cain has in all of them, and I think those and the Christian movies are the only movies that will
Mhm.
cast him right now.
Right. Yeah.
So
I also TV's Hercules can't get cast in anything other than that tripe as well.
Kevin Sorbo,
So
yeah.
yeah, how long until TV's Hercules will be an ICE agent as well?
I don't know. I don't know. I
I
think it's coming.
I think so. I
Um,
hope
yeah,
so.
right,
For for the sake of ICE, I
right,
hope that
yeah.
TV's Hercules will help
Mhm.
to steal brown people from their homes and families and disappear them to a concentration camp or to a foreign country, uh,
Just like
to
Hercules would have
a
done.
prison, just like her TV's Hercules
Just
would do.
just like TV's Hercules, yeah.
Right, not
You
the real
know,
Hercules, but TV's Hercules.
and I'm sorry that they couldn't find better work after their mediocre TV shows.
Mm.
Lucy Lawless managed to find work, and Xena was also a similarly mediocre show. She
Listen,
still found work after it. Yeah,
TV Xena is amazing.
she's awesome.
She also went
And
on to be in Spartacus.
she was in Battlestar Galactica, the
Yeah,
reboot one, the good
hmm
one. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
the Ronald D. Moore one. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. So she managed to get her foot into real work after that. I'm sorry that Kevin Sorbo and Dean Cain just couldn't manage to do it.
Do you think it has anything to do with them being unbearable pricks?
That might have something to do with it. The fact that nobody wants to work with them might have something to do with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of movies and TV, Warner Brothers Discovery is up for sale. So are we buying it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So
No,
tonight is our
I mean,
fundraiser to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. I think I'm going to put in a bid for $20,000 and see if they
listen,
take
all
it.
of you 66 YouTube subscribers,
Hmm.
Patreon patrons, um, all of y'all, just throw in a couple $100 million,
Yep.
and
Each.
then we can buy
Hmm.
Warner Brothers Discovery
That's true.
and keep it out of the hands of the monopolies.
Yep. We can have our own. That means we basically own the DCU. That
Hmm.
means we
Hmm.
own Six Flags, I think, or that has
Oh,
something to
cool.
do with Six
Hmm.
Flags. I don't
Hmm.
know. They have all kinds of like rides named after DC characters. So I assume it's probably owned by Warner Bros. I don't fucking
Sure,
know.
why not? Yeah,
Yeah. But that'll
why
be
not?
ours too. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. All we have to do is just raise probably somewhere in the billions of dollars. We can do it.
Yeah, well, Yeah, of course.
We just need an angel investor. So if you're listening, angel investor,
Mhm.
just give us the money. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Yeah, they just went through a whole kerfuffle with buying and selling and whatever Discovery, Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
It,
HBO,
we
CNN.
really need, I mean, we have antitrust laws,
Hmm.
but no one enforces them.
No, they don't. That's why there's only like four media companies that
Yeah,
exist
we're
now.
down to there, 10 years ago it was six.
Yeah.
Now I believe it's down to four.
Yeah. It's about to be because somebody's going to buy Warner Brothers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah.
probably going to be down to three.
Yeah. Paramount's probably merging with what's that the other one?
Mhm.
WinStar,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Whatever it is.
So yeah. But I guess
Yeah,
we'll
that's why they fired Colbert
yeah,
to get on Trump's good side for
right.
that sale.
So does that mean should we consume as much John Oliver as possible while we still can?
Yeah, probably. I
Yeah.
haven't
Because he's
I
gonna get
haven't
fucking
watched in a
axed.
little while,
Yeah.
but I hear that he's been doing he's just been savaging all the shit going on right now, which is really good.
Yeah. I am
He's
many
always done a really
episodes
good job.
behind. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm over a year behind, I'm sure.
Okay. I think I'm like maybe 6 months behind.
If Democrats want to win elections, if they want to, I don't know. I'm not convinced that they want to win elections.
Yeah.
An easy way to do that would be to put up a candidate who ran on busting the trust because, everyone complains about how shitty the media is, how
Yeah.
biased the media is. It's because
Yeah.
there's no competition.
Right.
You have four companies setting the narrative,
Hmm.
and that's what we all consume,
Yep.
basically. I mean, to a lesser extent, independent media sources, but there's still
I mean they're
like
gobbling those up too.
YouTube shows are under the thumb of YouTube and Google. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even people like Kyle Kalinske are fucking I mean, I've even heard you do it. Change words to not get flagged by
Yeah.
the algorithm for, speech that Google doesn't like.
Right.
It drives me fucking bonkers hearing people say grape and
Hmm.
unalive and stuff because it softens. I mean, it's a tool to soften the language to make it more palatable. You know,
But the act of it is not palatable, so I don't know why the
r-
word should be.
right,
So
exactly.
yeah.
So I tried not to fall into that. Sometimes I do.
Yeah. We
Just
have to
because I
somewhat
hear
on
so many people doing
YouTube.
it. But
Yeah. Not so much on our
so
RSS feed. Our RSS doesn't. I
mhm,
mean, they'll play whatever the fuck you put on there. Like
right.
I don't think they monitor or censor that at all. As far as I can tell, they've never censored anything we've done. And I do have every once in a while I'll edit a YouTube video to be slightly different than the audio that I export for the
Mm-hmm.
RSS, just because I know, or the way that I type the word, like when we do stuff dealing with, Nazis and stuff. Like I have to
Mm-hmm.
put like in asterisk Z or something
Mm-hmm.
like that because you'll get fucking
Yeah, I mean that's I mean that's not hard censorship. That's not
yeah.
somebody saying you can't say that, but
Hmm.
it's it's soft censorship in that they're basically coercing you to use language that they prefer
Yep.
for the algorithm.
Hmm.
And that fucking sucks. It's
Yeah, it does.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's just that much more media control.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so there's only a handful of companies, so there's no competition. They get to set the narrative, and we all just kind of get stuck with watching reboot after reboot after reboot,
Yeah.
and watered down, misinformed news.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
no
yeah.
no journalistic or very little journalistic integrity. It's all the same narrative from
Yeah.
the same companies that own basically everything.
They own especially with, and I know we talked about this before, but like yeah, like movie deboots, reboots, but even I'll go even further of like something like Ready Player One, which I still have not finished watching, where it's just the company that makes the movie owns the IP that they
Hmm.
need to have it referenced in the movie, and that's
Hmm.
all it is. It's a reference to a reference, recognizing other references, and it's
Yeah.
just fucking empty goddamn nonsense. It doesn't fucking mean anything. And if you want to watch a 4 hour video about somebody talking about that, watch Jesse Gender's newest video. It's like
Oh,
four
cool.
hours long, but it's
Hmm.
it's really fucking good. And it's
Uh,
it's about Star Trek entirely, but it fucking
yeah.
translates to all everything else too.
So I think that the biggest franchise, the biggest IP that was guilty of that,
Hmm.
starting that, the reference upon reference is probably Family Guy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's just so blatant. I think The Simpsons did it first, but they didn't overdo it the way that Family Guy did. Like all of their
right.
jokes were just in jokes to references to pop culture bullshit from
Gen X
I don't know.
mostly.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know. And then that the popularity of that translated to just about everything. I mean,
Hmm.
it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it is. Um,
But
which yeah, uh,
uh
pretty much all Seth MacFarlane shows are just references to references to references.
mhm,
Even the only show of his that I actually like, which is The Orville, started
mhm,
as like an homage to Star Trek: The Next Generation. It became its
right.
own thing later.
Mhm,
After 3 seasons, it's become its own thing and is way better for it.
mhm,
But some of those first few episodes are pretty rough.
yeah.
If you can push through that, it actually
Mhm,
does become a good show, almost on accident, I think. But
yeah.
because it stops being afraid to just be its own show. And
Mhm,
that's when it starts getting good, is when it's like, they basically decided we're just going to stop referencing just Star Trek stuff and we'll actually just make our own show. And that's when it got really fucking good.
yeah.
And more properties need to do that, or people need to come up
Yeah.
with new shit
I mean,
entirely.
that's kind of like we were talking about with bands, and you can't, if
Mhm.
you try too hard to pigeonhole yourself into one genre, then it's
Mhm.
going to be derivative and it's going to be lame.
Yeah.
And you need to let whatever art you're creating breathe and grow and exist in its
Mhm.
own space. And yes, homages and reference points are fine, but that can't be all that it is, or it's just fucking trite.
Right. Uh, and I know that we, mentioned this in, we talked about this a little bit in Punk Movie Review, our last episode of that, which was The Green Room, which you should go listen to slash watch over on YouTube if you haven't seen it or heard it yet. But yeah, we talked about yeah, the reboots, the deboots, and the fact that it's there is seems to be less interest in new intellectual property, but a lot of that is because companies aren't pushing anything new that comes out. They're only pushing their tried and true properties like Marvel,
Hmm.
Star Trek, Star Wars, anything, Transformers, you fucking name it. Um,
Well, yeah, those are safe bets. I mean,
yeah,
this is fucking it's late stage capitalism.
yeah,
Make the line go up. What's going to make the line go up the
hmm
most?
yeah,
Something everybody's familiar with, something that's a safe bet, something not risky.
yeah.
But, line only go up so far.
Hmm. And so
And that's where we're getting to.
I always wonder
Um,
how many great fucking ideas for movies, TV shows, books just never happen
yeah,
because
video
people can't see
games.
the profit. Video games, people just don't see the profit in it because it's something new, something like something creative, something that breaks the mold. People used to be able to at least somewhat break the mold. It seems to be studios just don't support that anymore. I mean,
But
uh,
but how can that be? Capitalism breeds innovation.
right? That has been so disproven in every facet.
But no, I was taught they say that all the time.
They sure do.
Capitalism breeds innovation.
All innovation that has come from our country, or really almost in any country, whatever country it comes from, is 999 times out of 1,000 funded through taxpayer dollars, through public research, through public, projects, things like that. Um,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
I mean, people take that shit for people take shit for granted all the time that they don't even think
Mm-hmm.
of. Our fucking highway system was paid
Mm-hmm.
for with public dollars and still is. Even the fucking toll highways, the tolls you pay don't keep that highway running. That's a pittance.
Yeah.
It's mostly paid for through fucking tax dollars.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Um,
and like, and at the same time, those giant companies love socialism when they reap the benefit of that. But when it comes to losses, well, they want us to pay for that. They want us
yeah.
to bail them out. But
How much money did, and I'm just using him as an example. He certainly isn't the only one. How much money did Ben Shapiro accept in uh, loan forgiveness during COVID for his fledgling
oh,
media
geez,
company?
like $6 million or
Something
something.
like that. But he still gets really pissed off if somebody gets like 50 grand in student debt forgiven.
Not even
That's
that.
a
He
step
gets
too
pissed at
far.
people for having freaking food stamps.
Yeah. Which is a drop in the bucket
Yeah, yeah.
compared to the
I mean,
amount of fucking business loans that whe forgiven.
he gets pissed off about kids getting free lunches at school.
Right. Which is why people hate Zoran Mamdani, because he said
Right.
kids should get free lunches and maybe the buses should be free, which
Yeah.
is not fucking radical thinking. He's not a radical. That's the
No,
craziest thing. He's not a fucking
he's
radical.
not. No, he's not.
He's
I
like
had a
left of center Nordic model type of guy.
right. Yeah, yeah. I had a coworker ask me, she's like, hypothetically, we get the opportunity to rewrite the Bill of Rights and Constitution. What would you do? I was like, oh, I'd set it on fire,
Hmm.
and because it was written by slave owners,
Yeah.
and then I would, the first thing I would do was say it is a human right, an inalienable human right to have food, housing, healthcare, education.
Fresh water,
Yeah, yeah.
fresh air. Yeah.
Mhm. Like
Things like that.
that is all
Um,
that I mean, so many people, for whatever reason, have decided that the government should be run like a business. The government is not a business.
yeah.
The government is supposed to be a social good for
Mhm.
taking care of the community that lives within it.
Right.
Its goal is not to make money. Its goal, I mean, the stated goal
Yeah.
is to provide for the people that live within said boundaries of the fake boundaries where this
Mhm.
government exists. That's the government's role in society, is to take care of people,
Right.
not to make money. It's not a fucking business.
Well, they want it to be a business, and they want, Donald Trump is the top of that business. He's the emperor or head CEO or whatever the fuck you want to call him. And then
According
all
to
the
that
little,
AI
like,
video, he's the king that
the
flies
king.
around dumping shit on protesters.
Right. And then, all those little sycophants under him, like, Peter Thiel and
Mm,
fucking Stephen Miller eventually, but especially all like
mm.
the tech bros, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, fucking Russell Vogt, like all those fucking assholes. Like they're going to be little like dukes
Mhm.
running their own little like dukedom or fiefdom under
I
him,
mean,
but their
honestly,
own
I think
little.
they're pulling his strings more than he's
Oh yeah, yeah,
actually in
yeah.
control.
But they love to use him as a figurehead. They can,
Oh,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
they need
Hmm.
his movement. They
Hmm.
need his movement to get what they want, and they are
Yep.
perfectly content dividing the country up into little feudal states
Oh, for
between
sure.
them, and having their own little part of power. And and that's the thing is, they do want to run it like a business, and that makes all of us employees,
Hmm.
which means
Right.
we can be
We're
fired,
expendable.
imprisoned,
Yeah,
forced to work for no pay, like
yeah.
enslaved. Like basically, they can do whatever the fuck they want, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
That's the
The,
future they want. They have said it. They said those words. That's what they
right.
want. That's their
Yeah.
ideal system.
The government should be working for us, not the other way around. And Peter
Hmm.
Thiel is one of the most despicable people alive today.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 years ago, I realized how terrible he was. I mean, he is an unrepentant
Hmm.
eugenicist.
Yeah.
He wholeheartedly believes in the eugenics movement.
Hmm.
That's part of his transhumanism bullshit.
Oh yeah. He believes
He
that
is
demons the Antichrist is stopping tech from
uh
advancing
Greta
through
Thunberg is the
yeah
Antichrist,
yeah
according
through through
to
through
him.
uh through a 20-year-old Swedish girl is the Antichrist apparently.
He's
Cool.
he's one of the most evil people in the world. He's right up
Hmm.
there with Elon Musk. He doesn't get as much hate as Elon Musk does, but he's at
Yeah.
least as dangerous as Elon Musk, if not more.
Oh yeah. I think more.
He's not as wealthy as Musk, but
Yeah.
he's much more malicious and
Yeah.
evil.
Right. I think Elon Musk could be appeased if people just heaped praise on him. He would just kind of
Yeah.
back down. I think
Hmm.
that's all he wants is to be the popular kid.
Right.
Like he
Peter
still
Thiel
is.
has beliefs.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Elon Musk is like Joe Rogan. He'll go
Yeah.
wherever the flow fucking takes him.
Yeah.
Whatever person puts some bug in his ear, he'll go like, "Oh, okay, that sounds right." Like, I mean,
Hmm.
like they Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, like they're not smart people. They're not intelligent people.
No.
Um, and Joe Rogan will even admit as much. I can give that to Joe Rogan. At least Joe Rogan admits that he's not a smart man.
Yeah.
Like Elon
Yeah.
Musk thinks he's a genius, which is, I think, more dangerous than um,
Yeah. Agreed.
somebody. Even though Joe Rogan does have a lot of influence over a lot of people.
Let's discuss anarcho-capitalism real quick.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
And
Like
for the uninitiated,
yeah,
anarcho-capitalism likes to think that they know what anarchy is. And in their lack of government, they just replace that with capitalism, which is to say, you replace the hierarchy of governments with the hierarchy of corporations.
hmm
So there's still unjustified hierarchy, which means it's not anarchy at all.
yeah. Think
It's
of
just
the Alien
corporatocracy.
universe. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it's just corporatocracy. It's not. I don't know why they're trying to paint it as any other thing. I mean, it's basically when you think of American libertarianism, that's anarcho-capitalism.
Right. Yeah,
It's not anarchy. It's just capitalism.
yeah.
And so Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, who was bolstered by American billionaires, got to do an experiment with anarcho-capitalism in Argentina, and it failed miserably. And now Javier Milei and all of his billionaire dipshit buddies are begging Trump for a bailout.
hmm
And Trump is likely to give it to them
Yep.
because I mean, Javier Milei is a right wing clown and
Yeah.
he heaps praises. I mean, he licks Trump's asshole at every chance that he
hmm
gets. And Trump will do anything to get in the good graces of other billionaires because he has always felt slighted by them because he's such a trashy piece of shit.
Donald Trump is I heard it described once. I don't remember who described it like this, but it's the perfect description of Donald Trump. He is what a poor person thinks a rich person looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
All his gold plated bullshit. It's all little man syndrome.
it
He's
is.
got
Yeah.
so much to prove.
hmm
But anyway, so Trump is planning to bail out Argentina and their billionaire funders to the tune of, I believe, I think it started out at $40 billion, and I
Yeah.
think it's gone up to $60 billion
Has it gone
now.
up?
I
Okay.
think I think it's up to 60 billion.
Hmm.
And he is going to bail them out over Midwestern farmers who have been fucked over by Trump's tariffs,
Yep.
trade policies, and cutting of USAID.
Yep. We're buying
So
Argentinian beef while our
while our
farmers.
farmers struggle to make ends meet.
Yep.
Yeah. So, it really, 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 really sucks. But hopefully, I'm not the type of dude who wants bad things happen to other people just because they made a really terrible decision. And that terrible decision is supporting Trump. For
Yep.
whatever reason, they thought that would be better for them, and they were wrong.
Mm. Yeah.
And now they're suffering the consequences. I hope that they learn from this and
Hmm.
realize that they did, in fact, vote against their best interests, just like some people warned them they were
Yeah.
doing. But it was more important to own the libs or trigger snowflakes or
Yeah.
whatever. And maybe not all farmers thought that way. I mean, they had the wool pulled over their eyes or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that's what happened, and it sucks. And hopefully, they will make a better choice next time. And
Uh,
I hope that Trump loses support.
I think that he has already lost support from people who voted for him based on things like economy, or just because Republicans cut taxes and I want my taxes cut. People who just vote like that without really looking into it. I think he's lost them. There are people who will stick with him till the bitter end. They don't even care if it negatively affects them. They don't care if the true believers, the people who are religiously, and I chose that word intentionally,
Hmm.
religiously obsessed with Donald Trump, there's nothing that could happen to them that would make them give up support. Because at the end of the day, as long as people they don't like get hurt, they don't care if they also get hurt equally. They don't care if they lose
Well,
everything.
there's a very cultish way about all of this.
Like what we were talking about is these tech billionaires and also people like JD Vance. I mean, these are all just people who are just grifters. They're just hopping on the bandwagon and they are riding Trump's coattails because he has a huge following, a huge movement.
Hmm.
And uh it's they are they know when he's gone, they might be screwed. That's why they're trying to push through as many changes as possible now
Yep.
because Trump's not getting any younger. And he is not healthy. He's not a healthy man. For people getting mad, I'm just stating facts. And facts don't care about your feelings, as Ben Shapiro has pointed out. So he is an older
Mhm.
guy. He's not healthy. He doesn't stay healthy. And he's not going to live forever. People are worried about him running in 2028. I don't know if he's still going to be
I,
around by then.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's going to be alive for 2028.
Right.
And, I don't want to say, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
I mean, but that's why they want as much push through now as possible because they know JD Vance has no charisma. None.
Right.
They
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I think even JD Vance knows that.
Yeah.
So they're going to do whatever they can to milk this for everything they can because they know even if in 2028, let's say elections go as planned as normal and a Democrat gets in, they know that for the most part, it's a pretty safe bet that the Democrats are going to put forward another Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton or somebody
Yeah.
like Hakeem Jeffries, somebody like that. who's
Yep.
just gonna maintain whatever the status quo lands at the end of the Trump administration.
Yeah.
They're not going to make any changes because changes are hard,
Yeah.
and they don't want people to get mad at them because then they might not win the next election. So they're going to keep moving right, and they're going to keep moving right, and eventually the Democrats are just going to be where the Republicans are today, and the Republicans will just be even further right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it's gearing up to be. I don't have faith that. I mean, unless we get somebody like a Zoran Mamdani. Obviously not him. He wasn't born in the U.S. He's not eligible to run. But somebody like him, somebody with his politics running and actually winning and actually getting the backing of the Democrats. Honestly, at this point, I'd be okay with somebody who just wants to try to implement the Nordic model. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, that's fine. That's a good compromise.
I mean,
And
just about anything would be better than this bullshit.
yeah, exactly. But I don't have faith that the Democrats are going to fix anything. And a lot of these, feudal fucking techno bros who want to build their little fiefdoms, they know that. That's why
Yeah.
they push through as much as they can, as quickly as they can.
Right.
That's why they really ramped up this term, because they knew in 2016, from 2017 to 2021, they were just farting around and just they didn't have the right people influencing Trump.
Right.
So they made sure they got in there this time and are basically setting policy. Yeah. And Stephen Miller's fucking Nazi. He is.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm
100%.
fully aware, before somebody points this out, yes, I know he's Jewish.
Jewish.
I understand that.
Yeah.
He's a Nazi. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He fucking is. He's
Yeah,
a white
totally.
supremacist and a Nazi. So is Kanye West, and he's black. So I don't know what
Yeah.
to fucking tell you, man. I
Right.
didn't expect this world either. I'm just living in it. We should probably talk about an interesting proposal that was the first time I saw it proposed. It probably wasn't the first time I saw it proposed, but the first time I remember seeing it proposed was during the Biden administration by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who basically said, we need to implement a national divorce and just go our separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
This is now getting traction. Marjorie Taylor Greene still supports this, even though it's her team running all the branches right now. But I think she knows that that's not going to be forever. And, even, would you say Kyle Kulinski from Secular Talk?
Yeah, Kyle Kulinski's been talking about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and obviously there's no way to do a clean, like, red-blue split. That's not a thing. I mean, I live in Illinois, and you've got patches of blue in seas of red, but obviously the patches of blue are much more densely populated than the seas of red. So if, say, Illinois separated into two states just based along blue-red lines, we'll do it by county. Blue counties and red counties in the state of Illinois. The red counties, basically their economy would collapse within about a year. Like, I mean,
Yep.
they have nothing to sustain them. They have farming, cool. Lots of states have farming. Lots of countries have
Right.
farming. That's not setting them apart from anybody. And also, there's other places that are more well known for things. Like, if you want cheese, you go to Wisconsin. Like, I mean, they're just not. Okay, they got lots of corn. Iowa has lots of corn. Well, maybe it's just easier to deal with Iowa.
Yeah.
Fucking Canada has lots of corn. Corn's not tough to get.
Yeah.
So just based along like red blue splits, that doesn't really make any sense. That's not really feasible. But I've also seen lots of proposals where the U.S. is broken up into like anywhere from 6 to 12 different countries along all kinds of different lines, including cultural and geographical lines. I always thought that it was just the dumbest idea I'd ever heard in my entire life. But now I'm starting to warm to it right now.
I think that increasing the number of imaginary lines dividing our country is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think that if we cannot get along as a nation, then perhaps there's something to states' rights.
Yeah.
And having a stronger localized government and a
Mhm.
weaker federal government.
So something more akin to like the EU.
I mean, it is the United States, but right now we're all of us are under the boot of a monoparty
Hmm.
pretending to be a duopoly,
Yeah.
and freedom and liberty and equity is very, very, very limited.
Hmm.
Um, that being said, I still don't have much faith in states to do the right thing either, as
Right.
far
Well,
as
yeah.
maximizing freedom, liberty, equity,
Yeah.
justice, shit like that. So, I don't think a national divorce is a viable option. It's an interesting thing to think about, but I think
Hmm.
that we don't need to be further divided. We need to be more united.
Yeah.
And with that unity, we have power. Um, but how do we unite?
Right. Well,
You
there
know,
are, and as much as it pains me to say this, there's a lot of people in our country that just cannot be reasoned with. There's nothing you can say. There's no amount of evidence you can show them. It's going to take complete collapse and maybe even several
so
generations after that for people to reflect back on and go, "Ooh, wow, that was a bad
are
idea."
are you basing this off of like conversations online or conversations in person or a mixture
Both.
or hearing
Yeah.
from people? Um, I find it much easier to understand where people are coming from and express where I'm coming from in person rather than online.
Yeah, for sure.
Online, everybody's got their fucking posturing
Yeah.
going, and
Hmm.
trolling and shit. It's hard to have meaningful conversations and discussions.
Yeah.
I think in person there's a much greater opportunity to view one another as actual people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not to say that we can change lots of hearts and minds, but I think it is easier in person.
Hmm.
But, so much of our social interaction is online now.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult.
And I definitely I think it would be nearly impossible and not well, first of all, I feel like even when you break down the logistics of a national divorce, it doesn't seem like it would be very realistic when you really sit there and try to break it
Hmm.
down. How do you divide up economies? How do you divide up the military? How do you divide
Hmm.
up military bases? How do you divide
How do
up
you,
places like Illinois, where the North is very, very, well, centrist, left center leaning, and the
well, how do
southern
you,
part of Illinois, it's very, very that's Trump country. Uh,
what do you do with blue oases in the middle of a sea of red? Like
right?
Kansas City, for example, what are they going to do? I mean,
Yeah.
Kansas and Missouri are both pretty
Hmm.
fucking red, and
Yeah.
you've got an island of blue there.
Yeah.
If we do a national divorce, what are they going to do? I mean,
Yeah.
they're still going to be stuck in a
Hmm.
sea of red.
Well, and the only way it
And
would
that's not
even
going to
be
benefit them at all. So, is there
remotely, yeah.
mass migrations or
Well,
like,
there'd have to be. I mean, if this was something that was actually explored, which I don't think it will be, there would have to be very soft borders. It would have to be like an EU situation where you just
mhm,
drive across the border. There's no border guard. There's no gate. There's no fence. There's just when you drive from, when I drove from Norway into Sweden, you
mhm.
don't know when you've driven from. It's like driving into a different state.
Right?
And
Yeah.
Norway's not even part of the EU.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I drove
Yeah.
from not the EU to into the EU, and that
Hmm.
was one of the softest borders I've ever crossed. When I walked from Gibraltar into Spain,
Hmm.
I just walked across the border. Gibraltar's part of the
Yeah.
UK,
Hmm.
like which is also now not part of the EU. So,
Right.
I mean, I think the UK has hardened up their border a little bit because they're
Yeah.
a little more like us, unfortunately. But at the
Yeah.
time,
They've gotten more xenophobic for
yeah.
sure.
Um, but yeah, soft border. Switzerland's not part of the EU, and you can easily drive through Italy, Switzerland, and into Germany without batting an eye.
Hmm.
So soft borders, even outside of the EU and within the EU, that is possible. You know, it is the European Union. It is a union of countries,
Hmm.
um, but it definitely has. It's not as centralized. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to happen, and I don't think that
Yeah.
it would be. I don't think it is. It is a realistic possibility, but it's an interesting idea to
Hmm.
explore of having more of a decentralized, more like EU model.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly, I think that as technology and communication
mm,
technologies increase, uh, borders become unnecessary. I
yeah.
mean, there's a lot of right wing and left wing alarmists about globalization,
Oh
and
yeah.
there
Yeah.
are there are different meanings to that word. When I say I'm a proponent of globalization, that
Hmm.
means a unified world,
Yeah.
like all people working together for the betterment of all people.
Hmm.
That would be our stateless,
Yeah.
classless, moneyless society where, you know, I mean, we live in post scarcity
Yeah.
world now,
Hmm.
but capitalists hold those resources to create scarcity for profit.
Yeah.
Because the made up economy and the
Yeah.
people at the top of that made up hierarchy really
Hmm.
care about their made up pieces of paper
Yeah.
because it gives them power.
Right.
But there's enough clean water, food, shelter,
Hmm.
resources for everyone on this planet to live
Yeah.
a comfortable life.
Renewable energy. We already have
Yes.
access to it. I
Yeah.
mean, we know how to have renewable energy based on
Mm.
current technology.
A lot of people will say that human greed won't allow that. Well,
Mm.
for tens of thousands of years,
Hmm.
uh, greed did not dictate society. Yes, people were living in smaller social groups, but they also had to work a lot harder to survive.
Yeah.
Uh, we now have enough resources to feed everyone, to house everyone, to clothe
Hmm.
everyone, to educate everyone.
Yeah.
But because people have been socialized in the last 200 or so years
Hmm.
to hoard that wealth and not like there's no risk to not having all of the things now. Like there's no
Hmm.
risk. You're not by keeping that, you're not doing yourself any good. You're only hurting other people.
Yeah. You don't need to save up for the next winter.
Right.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah. So yeah,
um,
I mean
yeah.
that's my soapbox of
I
like
mean, yeah.
fuck imaginary lines,
Well,
but
I would love
that
to
it's
live in a
also not
world.
realistic. So
Right. I mean, I'd
at
love to
this
live in a
point.
world that is nothing but soft borders.
Hmm.
Um, and when I say borders, I only mean as a way to define a region, not because
Hmm.
we need some sort of guard
Oh, sure.
there. I
Yeah,
mean, that
yeah.
people are always going to call,
Well,
things like,
people are proud of where they come from, and that's
sure,
fine.
sure,
You be proud to be Persian. Be proud to be
hmm,
Italian.
hmm,
Be
yeah,
proud to be Egyptian. That
hmm,
doesn't mean you're better than anyone. That just means you
right,
have a rad culture. You know.
right. That's true. And even a lot of those countries, even the countries we see as old countries, I mean, a unified Italy is only a few hundred years old. A unified
Hmm.
England is only about 1,000 years old. A
Hmm.
unified, and that's unified England. That's not United Kingdom.
Right,
England
right,
used to be just a bunch of little kingdoms
right.
that ended up joining together, and Wales somehow got out of joining those ones. Yeah, and I think that we'll see more stuff like people being more proud of their region or something like in a world in a borderless world. People aren't going to say, oh, I'm Russian. People are going to say they're from whatever
Hmm.
fucking oblast they're from. Like they're going to be more proud of that or their region than just this big amorphous Russian, which I mean, look at Russia. Look how many different cultures and languages and fucking how much land that shit covers.
Right. Yeah.
What is Russian? Is it
Right.
Moscow? Does Moscow get to dictate what's Russian? Or are people from Chechnya,
Siberia.
Siberia? They're technically Russians, but they're
Right.
very different cultures. So I do think that, yeah, people would still, your culture, your language, who you are doesn't disappear just because people can travel around the world freely. And I
Right.
know people would point out, like, well, what's to stop everybody from Africa just flooding into Europe and North America? Well, when you've destroyed capitalism and those
There's
countries
no
are no
reason
longer
to.
under the boot of colonialism,
Right.
they'll thrive. They
Right.
won't need to go somewhere else. People will still choose to go other places out of curiosity or a sense of adventure or just to travel or
Because they
because
don't
they
like the
have
climate.
don't like the climate or have friends or family or they meet a partner that's from a
Hmm.
different place. That'll still happen.
Yeah. I mean,
But there's not going to be
do
big floods of people going into different places. That's not going to be a thing anymore.
right. Do most Americans realize that so much of the immigration of people to this country is because our imperialism has destroyed their way of life where they live,
Yeah, I don't
and
think
that's why they come here
right. I don't think
because
they
they
realize that.
can't live
Yeah.
in the place where they were born because we have fucked up their country so bad.
I used to hear when I lived in England, I used to hear so many people decry the amount of Indians and Pakistani people who are in the UK, and I'm just thinking,
Why do
you
you think
know,
that fucking happened?
they're here, right? Do
You
you understand
colonized
historically?
them. You
Right,
fucked their countries.
right. You like colonized and pillaged their countries for centuries, and where's their better opportunity? And where can they move to easily? Well, the country that colonized them. So
Right.
guess where they're
Yeah.
going? I mean, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man.
Right.
Maybe don't colonize other countries if you don't want people coming there from there.
Right.
That's maybe just a good start. Maybe I seem like I'm picking on England. That's just because I'm more familiar with it. But lots of countries have done that shit,
I mean,
us
yeah, look
included.
at Germany,
Yeah,
France,
mhm.
Spain.
Spain, Portugal.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just look abroad and
mhm.
in the global south,
Yeah,
look to see what language they speak, and that's who colonized them.
right. And don't think you're getting off easily, Belgium.
Right?
I know what you did. My goal for all of humanity is I would like to see all humans, all humankind, um, yeah, have everything they need. Housing, healthcare, fulfillment through whatever occupation they choose, not just doing something because they need to make money. Fresh water, access to food, transportation, basically, yeah, yeah, breathable air, all the things that a human could possibly want. I want all people to have that, even people I disagree with. Yes, even conservatives who hate us and would be perfectly happy seeing us killed.
Hmm.
Um, or maybe not that extreme, but would love to see us fail
Oh,
for
well, I mean, I think
reasons.
they would be perfectly happy taking rights away from us,
Yeah, for sure.
limiting our rights because they don't agree with us.
But
I
all
want
I want is
I
for
want maximal rights for everyone.
right for everybody. And even if you think that we're wrong and you think that we're misguided, you have to admit that our desire is just. So why get so angry
Hmm.
and spew so much vitriol at leftists?
Right.
That's what I don't get.
I don't get it
I
either. And
I think it's because they something in them knows that their way of thinking is wrong, and it's the what is it? Plato's cave. What's the analogy?
Mhm.
Plato's cave. The shadows.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that one? Can you
Uh-huh.
explain it?
So yeah, they lived their life in a cave, and
Hmm.
their only perception is basically shadows on the wall, and then one of them turns around and sees the world behind them and goes back to the shadow of the wall. And tries to tell them there's more there, and they don't believe him, and they mock him, and blah blah.
Hmm.
So what I see it as, particularly when we were younger, and someone said they don't drink, it
Hmm.
felt like a challenge to, or an affront to me, because I did drink too much, and I knew I drank too
Right.
much, and I knew it was wrong. So
Hmm.
just because they were able to not drink
Hmm.
was like calling me out
Yeah.
because I still did, even though that's not the case.
Yeah. They didn't give a
That's how
shit
it
that you drank.
felt.
Right.
Right, right.
It wasn't a challenge
So,
to you. You do whatever the fuck
right,
you want. They just don't want to.
right.
Yeah.
And I see it kind of that way because you
Hmm.
really can't argue that you can say we're dumb. You can say we're
Sure.
naive. You can say we're
Misguided.
idealistic,
Yeah.
misguided, sure. But you can't look at that worldview and say it's cruel, it's
Yeah.
evil,
Right.
it's bad.
Hmm.
And conservatives have to know that they're proponents of limiting other people's rights.
Right. And
And the challenge of the left saying, no, everybody deserves rights, is sort of like someone saying, no, I don't drink, and a drinker
mhm,
taking offense to that because it challenges their position
right.
just by being different.
Right.
That's kind of how I see it.
It's like, and here I'm gonna do. We were talking about cultural references earlier. I'm gonna do one. I'm
Mm-hmm,
gonna do a Gen X one. The movie
mm-hmm,
They Live from the
mm-hmm,
'80s that
mm-hmm.
stars the amazing Roddy Piper.
Hell yeah.
There's a scene in there where he has found a box of glasses that helps him see that all the people running the world are actually aliens.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're running things and using mind control and propaganda to keep humans basically dumb and
Complacent.
complacent and consumers. Keep
Mm-hmm.
us all like complacent consumers. So he tries to make his buddy, played by Keith David, the amazing Keith David,
Wonderful, wonderful.
love
Keith
him,
David.
and
Mm-hmm,
he wants him to wear these glasses too. He says, "Put on these glasses, and you'll see the world for what it really is."
mm-hmm.
And that leads to, I'm not kidding, like a full-on 10-minute fist fight between
Yeah.
Keith David and Roddy Piper. And it's not
It is a
like one
thing
of
of
these.
beauty.
It is wonder. It's not like one of those like fucking Fast and Furious where the camera's popping around all over the place and people are flying in the air and stuff like that.
That's a
This looks like
realistic fight.
it looks like a real fucking fist fight,
Mm-hmm,
and you're just like, and it's 10 minutes.
mm-hmm. It's long.
It's long as fuck. And he keeps trying to force Keith David to wear the glasses. And Keith David's like, motherfucker, don't make me wear this shit. That's what
Mm-hmm.
it feels like arguing with conservatives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
You're just like, you're so close to seeing it and you know
mm-hmm,
something's wrong. And I know that you know something is wrong.
mm-hmm.
Just put on these fucking glasses and you'll see it all. And they're just like, no,
Right.
motherfucker, I don't want to. And they get
Yeah.
really, really angry when you try to get them to put the glasses on
Yeah.
because they know once they see the world for what it's really like, they're never going to be able to go back. And
Yeah.
there's comfort in staying where they are, in
Oh, for sure.
staying ignorant of a lot
Mm-hmm,
of things, or not really being sure where to place the blame.
mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to blame immigrants and trans people because it makes, quicker and easier sound bites that they don't really have to think about.
Well, it's more
Um,
solvable.
yeah. Mhm.
And not that that's a good thing.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I mean, a scapegoat is just that. It's a easy target uh, to work towards a solution.
Yeah.
But, when you've killed all the trans people and it's not any better, well, then who? Oh, the
You've gotten rid of all the
queers.
immigrants
And
and
then
still
yeah,
not any
right.
better.
And then who? Well, then it's poor white people,
Right.
you know. And
Eventually,
then
your group
who?
will be demonized
Exactly. Yeah.
because they're always going to need a scapegoat
Yeah.
because nothing's ever going to get better.
First they came for the trade unionists.
It baffles me the absolute like vitriolic violence that I hear people, even people in my own family, talking about, you know, leftists. First of all, they don't know the difference between a leftist and a liberal.
Right.
They think that like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are like far left extremists, and I'm just like, fucking those two
They're
fucking
Reaganites.
chuckleheads. Those
They're
two fucking
Reaganites.
chuckleheads.
And I mean, maybe they're onto something if they think that's the left and that the left is evil. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
okay, yeah. I mean,
Well, it's that wing of the Democratic Party, which is most of the leadership of the Democratic Party, they do have a huge problem relating to the common person. They don't know how to fucking do it
well,
because
they've been in their
so
positions for so long, and they're all fucking 80 years old.
They're all 80 years old. They're all rich. They've all been rich for most of them their entire lives, if most of their lives, if not their entire lives.
Well, and they've been politicians for so long. They haven't touched grass in 30 years.
Right. I just always think of Lucille Bluth from Arrested Development. Yeah, and I realized that we were making fun of people referencing too much shit, and I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she's like, how much could a carton of milk possibly cost? Like $20-$30? Like she just has no fucking idea what shit costs because she hasn't had to be a common person in forever. And that's what I think of when I think of like, that's the standard Democrat. The standard Democrat is Lucille fucking Bluth. That is two Arrested Development references in two episodes
yeah.
of two different podcasts that we do.
Yeah.
So yes, we did Green Room, which stars maybe Funke as one of the stars.
Do you want to do one more? David Cross calling out all of the comics who went to the Saudi Arabia Blood Money Comedy Festival.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people have been giving Bill Burr flowers lately. And he's been, before the Riyadh Comedy Festival, he had been saying some pretty based shit regarding class politics.
Yeah.
Give him flowers for that. Great.
Yeah.
I've never really liked him. He's got this fucking weird machismo shit that I really fucking hate.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just because
it irks me.
I mean, he's just like East Coast big city guy. Like that's just his
perhaps.
Yeah.
But I mean, he rode fucking Beyonce's ass because she went and performed for Gaddafi's family. And he's like, don't you have enough money? How much money's enough? Blah, 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 blah. But he's going to go to Riyadh Comedy Festival. Yeah. And he's going to run cover for them and pretend like he was doing comedy for the common folk of Saudi Arabia when he was literally doing it for the royal family.
Right.
They paid him.
Right.
Laborers in Saudi Arabia did not pay him to do that. The royal family paid him to do that, to whitewash their reputation and crimes.
How many common folk do you think they allowed to be at that show?
I have no idea.
No common folk were probably there. It was probably the elites of the country. They don't want the common folk here in comedy.
Right. He went there to make the people who bonesawed Jamal Khashoggi to death laugh.
Yeah.
And then ran cover for them. Like he was helping modernize Saudi Arabia.
Right.
And has doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on that notion. Yeah. Whoever the dude, Puffy, he's not fat, he's puffy, Gabriel Iglesias or something like that.
Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias, yeah.
He's coming to Wichita, and I really want to ask him on the social medias if the Saudi blood money was not enough, so he has to come here to perform.
Yeah. Who else went? I didn't even look at the list, but
Bill Burr,
Gabriel Iglesias,
Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart.
Yeah. That's not Dave Chappelle's not surprising.
No,
I bet his transphobic comedy probably goes over pretty well there.
Yeah, I bet it goes great. There was a woman in the queer community who went, and then once she realized how shitty of a thing to do that was, she wound up donating all of her proceeds to queer rights organization.
Right.
I'm not sure what. Who else?
Why would you go perform a show in a country that wouldn't allow you to exist if you lived there?
Right.
Like,
Why?
why
Well,
would you, like, if there was a country that killed gingers for being ginger and they asked me to
mhm.
come perform there, I'd
Oh
say,
yeah, Louis
fuck
C.K.
off.
went, by the way.
Oh,
He
yeah.
went
Speaking of
also. Yeah.
gingers,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
goddamn it. He does not represent us. Fuck that guy.
Right. Yeah.
We don't invite him to the ginger conferences anymore.
Fuck no. Yeah, you might
Nope.
whip it out and masturbate in front of you.
He might.
Yeah, I just thought that, and you brought up Arrested Development. I thought I'd bring up David Cross doing that because
Yeah.
there's been a handful of people speaking out, but he's Mark Maron was also had a
Yeah.
lot to say about it, which right on.
Good. Yeah. Good for them.
I guess bringing up people donating to causes, all the proceeds from our show Saturday will go to ICT Palestine. They're and they send it off to a Free Palestine charity. I don't remember which one, but yeah, we raised at least $105 for them, which was rad. And I think that we're going to be on another benefit show put on by them on
Nice.
November 20th. So
Nice. That's
that'll be
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget to plug our podcast when you're on stage.
Okay.
So everybody go to www.prairiepunkpress.com to check out all of our stuff, including finding a link to our other podcast, Punk Movie Review. You can go listen to or watch on YouTube our latest episode, which is Green Room. And then our next episode is going to be Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which, yeah, we're going to have a guest host for that. So that'll be interesting. That's going to be the first musical that we do.
What's the time frame for that one? You want to do it in November?
Sometime in November.
Yeah, we have a show on November 7th at Kirby's. I'm just looking at the lineup here. Phantom Black, and it is their final show ever. Gaslight, Milkwave, who former guest of the podcast, Matt Wiseman, is in, and us. I don't know the order. Since we're newer, I would assume we'll either be early or very, very, very late. So I don't know, but you should come to that. And then we're still working on the November 20th benefit show. That in the past has gone from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Or a one-day festival, charity event. But I think this year so many people have shown interest in it that it is going to be 2 days now. So I don't know. I'll have more details on that at some point.
Thank you to our patrons on Patreon. Do you want to go? You want to go through them?
Adam, Alec, Mr. Power, Chris, and Johnny. I love you ever so much.
You guys are the best. Yeah. And don't forget, like good Prairie Punk house companion witnesses to go door to door and preach the word of our podcasts so that more people listen to them.
Yeah.
So you can even wear skinny ties if you want.
Skinny ties.
Like the Mormons. Yeah. Skinny ties, ride bikes.
Yeah. Safety pins. Poke them with the safety pin. Because that's punk rock. You can pierce their nose with the safety pin.
Do it. And now I realize I'm mixing Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses into just one thing, but it's fine. They're all door-to-door people.
Jehovah's Mormons?
Jehovah's Mormons. Yeah. Prairie Punk Press Witnesses, Wit and I.
Yep.
All right. We got anything else?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No. Bye.
Bye.